Hey, Good Fox here. Today we got This Week in MUT, where I go over the stories that have gone on the last few weeks, I guess, in MUT. I guess that's a sponsor is lying in the title because I haven't done this in a couple weeks, and I apologize for that. But let's get into it. Muthead now has full stats when you chem people out. They've done a lot of additions lately. Take a look if you haven't taken a look at their player pages. I've actually got my own hand on Muthead now, like in the player review stuff. You can filter by reviews, and you can see my reviews there. Also on this channel, as always, they'll be there. Cloudfire, the service that Muthead runs on, got hacked. So make sure and change your password on Muthead and every other place that you might have had that Muthead password. This is very important. You do not want your stuff taken by a few hackers. All right, Mutrank is now back and working. It looks like EA decided to give them some stats or somehow work with them in order to allow them to get that kind of stuff on their pages. They got auctions. They update regularly as quickly as Muthead does and shows chems on player pages. So great to have the competitor for Muthead back up, Mutrank. And anyways, dashboarding is taking over. So you see a lot of people figuring out how to do the dashboard glitch. If you follow me on Twitter, I talked about it. I don't love it, of course. And there's a video out there, slided video on his channel of somebody doing a video on it. But yeah, it's too bad. You can also quit on the top three. We talked about that in the podcast. If you want to know how to quit on the top three, basically, I don't know if I should say this, but it doesn't really matter. Everybody knows how to do it. When you go into game, you can see who your recent opponent is before it loads up. So if you don't like your recent opponent, say if it's a top 100 player, or you notice the name, then you can quit on that screen, and you won't take a loss there. Also, people are quitting on top threes frequently, so that top three dashboarding is back up, and you don't take a loss for that, it seems. Been getting a lot of those. A lot of people have done that to me and other people as well. All right, position heroes. There are reports that you can pull them. I saw one on the subreddit, but that's more than likely an EA mistake once more. They do that frequently, but if you follow me on Twitter or watch the podcast, you know how I feel about the position hero sets and EA mistakes. EA turned one of the community's favorite programs into one of another long line of mistakes on their parts with this position heroes and how to do the sets. As one final blow to investors this year, probably won't be the final one, just the latest. They released 72 to 75 overall gold players in a MUT tip set. I didn't invest in those 72 to 75s because I thought the position heroes were too risky the second time around. But those who did know EA is watching what we write on the internet for investing purposes, and they hate investors more than any other portion of their segment. They do not want you making coins except off of packs. All right, they are coming for you. Watch yourself. Tinfoil hats on, boys. Campus heroes look to be Wednesdays from here on out. So this is something that's happened the last couple weeks that I haven't talked about. But a very popular program giving cards to players that were big names in college but didn't quite cut it in the pros. You know, the Tim Tebows of the world, the Gerhardt that we got. Even better for those, kind of budget-focused guys watching their coins but who do have a top-end team, kind of like myself, is the Season Stars promo that comes out on Mondays now, kind of replacing the Team of the Week Mondays. Getting these players as they fly out of packs is necessary as the set players are 95 overall and inexpensive for that overall. 95 overall for like 150K is not too bad. And the prices on those things go up, as you saw in me and Ashwin's auction house tip video yesterday. Flashback players, that promo seems to be dead. Madden, they did release some other, award winners and whatnot. So they've updated those sets, but it does seem like flashback players, rip in peace. But in general, this lackluster MUT season is leaving a lot of people wanting. We talked about this in the podcast. A lot of people complaining about that prior card that came out on Monday, both how he has no 95 stats for 95 overall and his terrible traits staying the same as his 55 overall card. There's a few different issues with EA's game coming up with that complaint right there. The fact that they don't update traits, they don't tell us exactly what all the traits do. We kind of have to figure it out on our own. And the fact that their overall calculations different than the base Madden game and kind of screwy, and a lot of cards play the same. Hopefully we get a Combine promo this week to move on from that. The Combine promo is always a popular one. Maybe we'll get some speed on the field for a change. It seems like we always get 91, 92 wide receivers here lately. Hopefully we get some 96 guys soon that we've only just dabbled with, say, Milestone Mike Wallace. In other sort of Madden-related news, Twitch now allows people to change their username. So if you have one that you've wanted to change, now is the time to get on it. On to competitive Madden. Peter Moore has left EA as the competitive gaming division head to lead FC Liverpool. We'll see how that affects competitive Madden going forward, seeing as it was such a big strategy for the game this year. Basically, what they focused their development around to cater to that market, they put $1 million up in prize money for those people. It created a lot of big names in the community that hadn't had an outlet for competitive Madden before on such a big stage like ESPN or NFL Network. Not ESPN was last year. So losing such a big name in the industry as the leader of competitive Madden, no doubt will have some major effect on it going forward. We'll see what their focus for Madden 18 is, whether they continue with competitive Madden or with Peter's departure, will they move on to something else to focus on in the future for EA. In more competitive news, we've had the Minnesota Club Series, Jacksonville, New England, Buffalo, all completed. This weekend is the Seahawks. Young Kiv looks to be the favorite, but hopefully TT23 can use his option offense to give him a run for his money. Check it on Twitch on EA's channel for that. The full online ladder results for the Madden Challenge is in, which is the third of 4 big tourneys outside of the Club Series I just mentioned. They've audited the ladder and disqualified some cheaters, it looks like. So that's always good to get rid of the scumbags on the ladder. Well, competitive ladder, head-to-head ladder, MUT. We're still suffering from the scumbags. But I've linked the Madden Championship Series standings in the description below. You got to have the top number of players. It'll have all the details in the link below for Championship Series standings. For the 4th tournament will just be a points accumulation based on the 3rd on a few different factors. Read about it in below. There's too much to go through. EA Play for your first look at Madden 18 is June 10th through 12th. Very similar timing to last year. A good way to go get some footage if I know game changes will be there. EA on Twitter also took a shot at Terrell Owens. And we're getting into a little bit of drama here. And he took shots right back at EA. And EA really shouldn't have opened themselves up because they got dismantled by Owens and a lot of the people that play their games for how their mistakes, let's just say. And a lot of their mistakes that have happened in the past. So Terrell Owens said that EA only offered him $1,500. And that's more money than a lot of people spend. Or less money than a lot of people spend on this game, like big YouTubers. So it kind of put it in perspective, like, does EA not pay the actual players for the likenesses very much? Like, are they basically relying on people's goodwill to be in the game? Like Urlacher said earlier this year, the only reason he's in this game is because his kids wanted to play with him. So kind of shitty for EA, and that's probably explains a lot of our lack of legends this year. KKE's got accused of getting cards granted to him by EA, but turns out Play a Friend is glitched. Weird, a glitch in Madden. So pay no attention to that situation. And more drama on Twitter in the Madden community happened this morning. Check out That Dude Slides or Dub.W's Twitter account if you're interested in that kind of thing. MUT posts of the week. A scammer posts about his kid getting the game and wanting a big YouTuber to take a look at his squad. Well, the sub ate it up and was offering the kid cards until NJ Horn, a mod there, and someone you'll recognize from this channel looked into his account, and just read all about it in the link below. Second link, Clint Oldenburg streamed on Twitch with a couple other guys and talked a little bit about how stats work. Nothing too breaking there, but a good breakdown by Quads was given in the link below, of course. And of course, Bob Bobbert's great shit post on why you should always quick sell every card you have. Let me know if I missed any other good stuff this week, but that's it. Thanks for watching Call to Action. I will see you tomorrow.